Shefsky here, and welcome to Fantasy House. This is the world's #1 make-believe real estate podcast. I love doing this show because every week we get to go on a guided tour through a different person's imaginary dream home. They're always pushing the limits with mind-blowing houses and weird technologies and magic and all that cool stuff. They make weird, unique rooms, and I ask them, I'm like, hey, could you come up with appliances and technologies that we don't even have so they can solve your very unique problems? People do that, and really it's just good old-fashioned creativity and silliness. Fantasy House podcast is NSFW. It's not safe for work, although we're super Mr. Rogers inspired. It's a lot more of an adult Mr. Rogers experience, so it's raw, it's honest. We talk about sex, drugs, people's bathroom habits. Sometimes people take us to dark places, and we're all about authenticity and really reigniting that carefree, playful spirit we had when we were 4 or 5 years old. Just fearless exploring of our imaginations and ourselves. Do you remember that? I love that. I feel like we need that as adults too. And that's what I want to facilitate with Fantasy House. I want to inspire people to explore that again, get that feeling, that little fire lit inside for story time and imaginary make-believe time and just being ourselves. And it really is a great time. In Nathan Hurd's episode, he has a zero gravity room. So you just go in the room, flip a switch, and you're floating around. Jade Catapretta has a lazy river going through her fantasy house that has sexualized dolphins in it. Fifi Dosh has a private hot tub on top of a private mountain in her backyard. John and Tom from Chad Goes Deep, their fantasy house is actually a cloud that floats around like an RV in the sky. So they can go anywhere they want. Nick the plumber, he's got a live studio audience. So when he's with his family and he drops the punchline of one of his dad jokes, he gets a real applause. Joel Jimenez loves to cook, and by the way, is an amazing cook. But in Joel Jimenez's fantasy house, he doesn't want to clean up. He hates cleaning up. Loves to cook, hates cleaning up. Well, he's got a kitchen that washes itself. In episode 94, Mike Ishak's kitchen is just a portal to his aunt's Indonesian kitchen, so he can have ringdung anytime he wants, which I've never had ringdung in real life, but we had it on his episode imaginarily, and if it's anywhere as delicious as it is fun to say, it's got to be good, right? Ringdung. Jeremiah Watkins did a Halloween episode, and his toilet paper dispenser is a mummy that you just unwrap and wipe your butt with. Nat Baymel doesn't even have a bathroom. Speaking of bathrooms, he simply has a wizard. Anytime you need to go, the wizard appears and just makes your bowels empty. Just abracadabra, poof. Or poop, poop, poof. So cool, right? Every episode is brought to you by me, Jon Shefsky. I am your local Southern California realtor. Not just a fantasy realtor. No, a really real realtor. And I would love to help you with anything real estate related, whether you're thinking about buying a house, selling a house, maybe you're interested in why I love multifamily apartment buildings, any of that. I would love to be of service. And if you're thinking, John, I don't care about real estate at all, that's great. But I know you know someone who does. And you got to let them know. You got to say, hey, before you go making any moves, you got to talk to my boy, Jon Shefsky. He's a really real realtor, and he would love to be of service. And I really would. And even if you're not in SoCal, I can still help you because I have a referral network all over the country with some fantastic agents, and it's growing all the time. So check in with me. Let me know, because I got agents in Nashville, in Chattanooga, Austin, Texas, Boise, Idaho, Phoenix, Arizona. I got you covered. And like I said, that list is just growing. So just think of me when you're thinking of real estate. Be like, I'm going to hit Shefsky up before I do anything. Just send me an email, fantasyhousepodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to be of service or help in any way. My guest today is my good friend. She's hilarious. Every time we get together, we riff about a bunch of stuff and have just an awesome time. And I'm so excited to hear about her fantasy house, and I'm so excited for you guys to get to meet her. The very funny Rachel Friedland is here. Now, in the words of the great Angelo Bowers, let us do this!
Every week I try a new restaurant, I'll get takeout from somewhere new, because I've had this list that's been growing since 2016 of a bunch of places I want to try, in LA County, outside of LA County. And now's the time to freaking do it.
Oh, yeah. And support them anyways, right? They need the money. You got to support
Absolutely.
them. What's the most recent place that you had takeout from? You got to give a shout out.
The most recent place that comes to mind is Brooklyn Pizza Company in Boyle Heights. And it was damn good pizza and damn good agua frescas.
Oh, which one did you have?
We got a like citrus one
Mm-hmm.
that had a little bit of, I want to say cayenne pepper in it. Like there was a little heat afterward that was really nice. And
dude, Mexicans love to put that stuff with sweets. They love to be like, what's a spicy sweet? Like, okay.
Yeah. It's never, when in high school, like a lot of my friends would have like the Lucas candies. And to me, I was like, this is burning my tongue, but okay. But as I've gotten older and my palate's developed, I do enjoy it and I do get it. And that drink was so good. Plus, put a little tequila in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
you never want soda again after you have like Aguas Frescas watermelon. For me, I'm just like, if I have watermelon flavored drink, I'm just like, it's real watermelon. Like it's just, I don't need anything else.
That's we got like a citrus based one, and then we got a hibiscus guava. That's what it was.
I love that.
It was very good. So I highly recommend if you're in LA or Southern California, in general, Brooklyn Pizza Company. I'm pretty sure it's called.
Do they have heavy New York accents? Hey, welcome to Brooklyn Pizza Company, eh?
No, you know what? The chef is from Boyle Heights.
Okay.
So
that'd be even better if he does the accent. I was born here, you know. But,
he just says fucking a lot.
Yeah, fucking born here, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Already talking about food.
Oh, that's all I talk about. All I think about is food. All day I dream about food. It's just my favorite. It's the best. I mean, you'll see once we get into your fantasy house, I'm going to make you tell me, like, what are we eating in here? What's in the kitchen? What are we doing? Like, fantasy meals, the show should be called. Because half of it is just me fantasizing about grubbing down with you. That's
a great idea.
Right?
Yeah. It really, I mean, I feel like whenever I watch a Top Chef, I'm like, oh, I'd love to make that. And it's like, you have no idea what you're doing. Really, truly.
But in a fantasy world, it's perfect.
Exactly. I can make it. In my fantasy house.
Did you say you wrote down a recipe?
I wrote down a recipe that a chef made, and I was like, when are you going to make a mango chutney to go on top of your swordfish, Yeah. I was like, I don't know, I might.
Did you throw it away, or did you actually keep the recipe?
No, it's not a full-fledged recipe. It's just the chef going, I made a blank, blank, blah, blah, blah. And I just wrote it down in the notes section of my phone. And it's sitting, it just sits there. It doesn't taunt me. It just kind of like winks at me and is like, what are you thinking? And I'm like, not today, babe. I can't.
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Let's get into this. What's your favorite thing about being a person?
Oh.
This is a big question, but I love hearing the answer to this.
My favorite thing about being a person, I think for me personally is, and this feels so corny to say,
okay,
but for me, it's that that I'm a very loving person and that I have a lot of like love and kindness to give, and you can like, people can put that out into the world, and shit is very hard and things are complicated, and we all get, slighted or burned in some ways, and we don't feel we get a lot of the times the respect that we think we deserve, but you can still put that good energy out into the world, and I think that's beautiful.
I do too. Oh my gosh, that's like so perfect. Good God, you running for president anytime soon, man?
Yeah, 2024. You're gonna. I'm gonna come flop a sign in your yard. Rachel Friedland, 2024.
I'll take it. That sounds great. I'm a huge fan of us just like flooding the world with a bunch of 2024s of different like random people that we think.
Yeah, that's a fun prank.
It's a fun prank, and there's so many people that I'm like, hey, you'd be a good leader. I was just saying, I don't know if you ever watched Killer Mike from like he'll have like a speech and or even just a quick post, and I'll be like, this guy should be president. Like this guy would be an amazing leader. Like he's got a sense of humor. He's so smart. He cares about the country. Like
incredibly.
He's and I'll just be talking.
You just comment like, hey man, you busy in 2024? Or...
I have put that on his Instagram. I have literally put like, you ready for president? Please, I've got my vote. I think there was a company actually that made shirts that said Killer Mike 2024.
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
So let's do that. That's what I'm saying.
And I think that's a great plan.
So Rachel Friedland 2024 flags are getting done?
Flags, shirts, probably keychains. I don't want to do a bumper sticker.
I want to do a "Don't Tread on Me" flag on the back of my F-350 lifted, and it's got your face on the snake, and it says Friedland 2024. I want that flag.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we have to do it now.
We have to.
I can't say no to that.
Yes.
A whole flag.
Yeah, dude.
I'll fly it off the back of my Prius. Yeah, that'll be a perfect look.
That's the thing. It's like we need to stop just letting lifted trucks fly the flags off the back of their trucks.
Yeah.
We need to start putting it on other cars. I need to see Teslas.
I need to see Priuses, Volts.
That's what I'm pretty sure I saw a non-truck. I don't want to say it was a Prius, a non-truck with truck nuts. And I went, now that's progress.
That really is. Or if you get some ovaries that hang from your car, you'd be like, those are actually ovaries, sir?
Yeah, and I get to explain it to everyone.
Yeah, that'd actually be hilarious.
It just turns into an anatomy lesson. I have a whole like pull down chart in my trunk, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
You can actually get the vinyl graphic stuck to like in a magnet or something like that, stuck to the side of your car that explains the whole thing. Like,
oh Lord,
that's right.
Hey, you know what? It's not a bad idea. That's called education on the go.
I see how exhausted you are. You're like, John, I can't even follow through with my chutney recipe. You want me to call a printer?
Yeah, my chutney recipe. Oh God, me printing anything why is it the hardest thing? I've never needed a printer more, it feels, than this past year. And I don't have one because I used to use the one in my office, but now I'm not in an office. So I'm like, do I invest in a printer? Do I get 5 friends to invest in a printer and ink cartridges?
Oh, I like that. Printer syndication.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone needs one. No one wants to do the upkeep one. Also, somehow printers are the most stupid technology that we have. There's 2 buttons on them, and yet there's a lot of like miscommunication between.
Oh yeah.
This is an incredibly boring thing. I'm very sorry to have let us.
No, because I've had the same thing at my brokerage. We have this giant printer that has like a bunch of buttons on it and all these things to select. And I'm like, I just need to do like one thing, dude.
Yeah.
I have to call the office manager. I'm always asking her. I'm like, Jessica, can you just like show me what to do here? I just need this thing.
That's what it is. It's not an intuitive piece of equipment where we've made every other piece of technology that we have intuitive. Printers, we've let fall by the wayside.
Yeah, it's weird that Apple hasn't attacked that market yet and just been like, what's a 3-button printer or a click wheel printer?
Yeah. I'm saying no tech left behind. That Rachel Friedland 2024.
I know, you got your bumper stickers and your flags. Girl, you are ready to run for office.
Get me in there.
No tech left behind. Take us to your fantasy house. What is it like? We're flying the orange drone over it. We're looking down. Like, what's the geographic location?
Oh, okay. So here's my thought, and I would love to workshop this with you. Okay. So part of me was like, I like the idea of living by the water, in theory, because it's like you wake up and the beach is right there. You can step out onto the sand. However, shit gets salty, gets a little crusty, rusty, a lot of upkeep that it's like, and maybe I can fix that in like a non-rusting interior. It's just not going to happen.
Okay.
But I also like living in a city. Like I like having neighbors. So part of me was like, ooh, maybe Malibu where like the one hits the water because there's still some houses there. Or if I could like take the Silver Lake Hills and put it by a body of water.
Yeah.
Something that's like, there's enough people here to make me feel like, oh, I've got neighbors, I've got people around. I don't want to be totally secluded. To me, that is not a fun, sexy time. Like I'm someone who's like, I want people to want to come over to my place. Additionally, I was like, what if it's Tel Aviv? Because I do like the idea of the Mediterranean, but I need it to be politically neutral first. So thank God it's fantasy house, because in my fantasy, baby, that shit is neutral as hell.
It's all good. That's right. That's the whole point of this show. You get to have
That's the whole point of the show. So it'd be a non-politicized, non-religious Tel Aviv.
I love it.
Got the Mediterranean right there. I mean, just gorgeous all the time. A little warm water.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, a little warm water. Yeah, that's what I want. So does that explain that?
Yeah, and what's your actual fantasy house look like? So I got that location down. Warm water, Tel Aviv. So those who are saying that don't know Tel Aviv, it's a city by the beach. So you're able to have exactly what Rachel's saying. So falafel with French fries and pickles.
French fries and pickles, palm trees.
Yes.
People riding their bikes around. It's just kind of nice.
Middle Eastern people going, very French style. Yeah, Tel Aviv.
Everything's stuck in your throat. Tel Aviv.
That's the slogan for it.
Yeah.
We're coming up with so much today. No tech left behind. We got your flag, the don't tread on me with your face on it, and now we have everything stuck in your throat. Tel Aviv.
I've just been waiting for this opportunity to really let all these ideas I've been bottling up rip. Just completely. Got to get them out.
Good.
And so this kind of fits like generally the idea of a house that I would like also happens to fit in Tel Aviv, which is like a nice Bauhaus kind of design house. We're talking big, maybe a couple stories, tall, white, like ribbon effect kind of walls. There's like movement, but like one wall is straight and sleek as hell, and the other one is like moving.
Yeah.
A little ribbony.
Yeah.
Plants galore. I mean, looks like plants are bussing out of my home. Maybe a rooftop deck situation.
I feel like you're already living. You're like, the picture you're painting for me is that we're living in a piece of art.
Yes.
Like,
that's exactly it.
Okay.
So I took notes on everything that I wanted. And as I'm talking through it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is really coming together now. Big windows. I lived in a house that had windows where like people could see in from like one side of it. And I was like, you can just see into my living room all the time. It's kind of weird, but I also kind of like that.
I like that. Yeah.
So I'm thinking big windows. If you want to look into my house, that's your choice.
That's on you, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
I love giant windows. In fact, my wife and I were just driving somewhere yesterday, and we were looking at houses and just commenting on them. And I was saying how much I love them, like craftsman houses. Like I love the way they look and how solid they are. Yes. But so many of them have like really bad small windows.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, if you have a craftsman house, or if you're building a Spanish house, like all that's great, but put big ass windows in it. And like you said, if you see in, that's your thing, dog.
That's your dude. Close your eyes, babe. Yeah.
I vacuum naked, bro, and I bend down to pick stuff up before the vacuum gets them. That's your thing. It's on you if you see that.
Yeah, I do know that a lot of like Bauhaus or like windows are like porthole type, like small also, because it's like we're playing with light and structure and blah blah. No, not from my house. Not in my house.
I'm
talking big honking windows.
Yeah, totally.
Sliding glass doors.
Oh yeah. That's great. All right, so let's go inside the house now. So I'm here with the film crew. We want to film your fantasy house.
Okay. So you see the tweet that flies around every 3 months. It's like, bring back the conversation pit living room thing.
Oh yeah.
I want it.
Nothing wrong with that. I love that too. The depth is so nice.
It's so nice. Here's the thing. I would like that. You come in, you sit down, you lounge. You can lay down various ways while you're having your falafel, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I also would like it to have, also one thing I wrote down a bunch was that apparently I want every part of my home to have a fire pit. So it's like, I want my living room to have a fire pit. I want the outside to have a fire pit. I want my bedroom to have a fire pit, fireplace rather.
Yeah. You're what's known as a fire pitter.
Yeah.
She's a real fire pitter, this one.
That's what they call, and that is what I have on my dating profile.
Yeah, fire pitter.
Yeah,
like daters beware. Like, don't take me somewhere that doesn't have a fire pit. I'm just saying, I'm not a Karen, but I won't go in if it doesn't have a fire pit.
Yeah, it's called having standards, honey. So I want my conversation pit living room that can also somehow turn into like a dining room. I don't want a separate dining room. I don't like a separate dining room. Okay. To me, that's just a place where things go to be forgotten.
Okay.
And what's important to me, and even though it's my fantasy house and it can like be however big I want it to be and whatever, there's part of me that still gets so anxious thinking about rooms that will have things that go untouched. And I think I'm only sensitive about it because we're cleaning out my grandma's house and there is 100 years worth of shit in her house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah, why live like this?
And it's because you have the space. So you go, well, I have the space. I will keep 7 broken toasters and someday they'll get fixed because I have to fix them for now. Mm-hmm. So I want it to be like very functional without taking up a lot of space so that I'm not accumulating shit.
That's great.
Thank you.
I like space a lot, and I feel like my life is so much more fulfilling when I have like room to wander in my own like house, and think and not feel distracted that there's more stuff like clutter that needs to find a home or be put somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's I love space. So
having a lot of feelings about clutter in my life these days. So I totally get that.
I agree.
So one thing I couldn't figure out was like, what does the floor look like in this room? You know, because my idea is that it's like, it's kind of funky. There's some color in this room. The rest of the house is going to be white, if not like a granite situation.
Okay.
It'll be white, which I'm fine with. I know a lot of people say that white walls make them feel like they're in a hospital. I don't know if it's because I grew up with them.
Yeah, if it's done right, it's very cool.
Yeah. My dad, when we were growing up, had white walls and had a lot of art on the walls. So to me, I think it's like, no, this is just how you live. But it also happens to be something that I like, so I'm okay with it. But conversation pit room has to be like kind of fun and funky. I'm thinking a lot of pinks. I'm thinking a lot of like you. I'm pointing to my Zoom background, the James Turrell kind of like cool lighting situation
with gradients that go from like one color to the gracefully to another color. Ooh, yeah.
On the ribbon wall, maybe the interior of the ribbon wall is the living room, and so we get the cool lighting fixture in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll buy
it.
I
love it. And then what I'm thinking of, because I love like textiles, I'm super into fabrics. Like I shouldn't say I'm super into fabrics. I don't know any terms for fabrics. Houndstooth, burlap, leather. I don't know any fabrics, but I'm just saying like what are we sitting on like in that sunken living room? Like what kind of couch? What does it look like color and texture wise?
I think it's just going to be I was going to say canvas, like a linen. I mean, a linen couch is fine, but I'm thinking a long seat. And I'm a tall gal. I'm 5'11", so I have a lot of femur. I have a lot of femur length.
I got a lot of femur. I just love that.
Hey, boys, I got a lot of femur. So to me, like a
guys looking for a lady with a lot of femur.
Yeah. Hey, you want to see some long tibias? Because I got them. So, you know, I want it to look like a cabana, right? Think cabana where it's like, oh, these are long. You can sit on it. You can lay back. A couple like fun pillows. I don't know what that means. I don't want them to be like hairy pillows, and I don't want them to be sequined. I do need them to be comfortable. Okay. I want the pillows that you can put your arms around and not be like, this is scratching me. It's making me sweat. It's feeling uncomfortable, but they have a nice design. I'm seeing a lot of like purple and pinks, I think, because that is my background. But maybe that's a
pillow company that might be able to make that for you. It's called My Pillow Guy, and he seems to be an expert in all things pillow. Or I believe so.
.edu.
I think. All right, let's go to the kitchen. I gotta see your kitchen, and I'm starving. Let's go.
Okay, I know, me too. So, kitchen. I couldn't think of what I wanted more than just like, I don't need it to be industrial grade. I don't. Here's the thing. I know what I don't want. I don't want a deep ass sink. I want a sink. Let me back it up. I need everything to be as tall as I am, because boy, am I tired of hunching over everything. But with that said, I don't need it to be like stainless steel water, a lot of water splashing back at me. I feel like I get that a lot.
Okay.
So I need a sink that can accommodate for not that.
Okay.
I don't want that to be happening. And I don't need like 10 burners. I'm fine with a 6 burner, nice enough stove. I will have every appliance without it being overwhelming and not too, again, cluttery.
What kind of meal would we be having? Like, do you have like a private chef, or are you the chef? Like, what do you cook with? Like
I'm probably the chef.
Yay!
Yeah, yay! I bring someone in. I think I'd like to bring someone in because I would like to host a lot of parties here.
Okay.
Yeah, which I couldn't decide if like the living room would also be next to the living room. I want a separate room that is like the dance floor, where it's like, we're going to get up from the conversation pit and go onto the dance floor, which is just over yonder. And I want like a nice glass art installation divider between the two, where it's like carved out glass of some sort of scape. I don't know if it's underwater. I don't know what it looks like, but that to me, I was like, and that's where that's happening.
I'm just imagining like a "Don't Tread on Me" snake with your face on it. No check left behind.
My house is fully branded. All the lights have that like same burnout overlay.
It's all like, parody graphics with you. Somehow you integrated in everything. It's like the Apple logo, but it's kind of like, is that a silhouette of your face too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm think different. To my home.
Welcome to my home. Everything's branded. Is that the 7-Eleven logo that says Friedland in it? Yes.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. So what meal are we gonna have then? Since you're hosting, like we're
If
here.
this is my fantasy house and we're here, I'm making that freaking swordfish with the mango chutney thing. And you know what? I should have pulled this up earlier because I would like to find it so I can just read it out loud what it is. But I would, ideally, I would bring in cool chefs, whoever's on Top Chef, whatever that I like. Come on into this kitchen, fuck it up once a month. Yes. You know, and then I can also learn from them and do it myself. Because I like cooking. Like I think it's fine and I'm decent at it finally. So I think like, you know, a nice enough kitchen with like appliances that I'm like, I can use all this stuff and it's not super out of my league.
Yeah.
Is great.
Well,
one fridge. No, two fridges.
2 fridges. This is your fancy
house. One in the kitchen, one in the garage for drinks and stuff.
What are we drinking? What's going on?
We gotta have a flat of Coca-Cola. It's like, to me, that's very childhood. Is like we go to the garage when we want like a soda or a sparkling water.
Yeah, the naughty zone for the naughty zone for the unhealthy treats. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I'll say it. Milliliter Cokes. I want the glass bottle Cokes. Mm-hmm. Mexican Cokes.
Oh yeah, it's the best one.
Spindrift, which I do see that you're drinking today.
I love Spindrift. You like Spindrift too?
It's the best.
I was like, I can't even touch LaCroix, and I'm just like, dude, Spindrift is so good. And I try to introduce people to it, and a lot of people that are like, yeah, it's all right. I'm like, it's amazing. It's 1 calorie or like 1 gram of sugar.
It's delicious.
Dude,
it's and so I find that a lot of sparkling waters make me feel dehydrated. This?
And I hold it up to the screen and it's got your face on it. You're like, what?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
There is something about carbonation that isn't necessarily great for you. I think it's like there's something that like messes with your bone density and some other stuff in your stomach. But like,
dude, bone density for sure.
Bone density, bro. What's the name of my fucking punk band? Bone density, bro.
Oh, I can't find it. Okay, anyway, can't find the meal, but bring in the top chefs. Okay. Bring in the top chefs, have them cook something. Little, you know, the saucy outdoor refrigerator for miscellaneous drinks, beverages. And it's not like it's not like, well, I keep the ice cream out there. I'm putting every freaking food I want in my refrigerator in the house, but it's like surplus, right?
You mentioned ice cream. What kind of ice cream is there?
Oh, I am going to be fully stocked, and no offense, because I know we talked a little ice cream in the pre-ramble.
Yeah.
I'm getting Jenny's. I'm going to be full stocked on Jenny's ice cream.
I need to try Jenny's. I don't know if I know Jenny's.
Oh, please do. If you like salt and straw, it's very like Zaza flavors, as I call it. She has this brambleberry crisp one that essentially tastes like a blueberry pie ice cream.
I would rather have that. I mean, no offense to our blueberry pie lovers. I love that. But I will take the ice cream version of pretty much anything over the thing itself, except for sushi.
Oh,
seared salmon ice cream probably isn't as good, but
no, not the same ring to it either.
But yeah, brambleberry, that sounds
yeah.
I get Tillamook like Marionberry pie.
That shit is good. So that's very similar. Yeah.
But you're talking about like, is Jenny's like a small business that she does it herself kind of thing, or?
Yeah, so she has a couple locations. I think it started in Chicago. Now she has couple in LA now. Mm-hmm. And then now some of her pints are being sold at like an Albertsons or cool. Some sort of chain.
I'm going to try it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you see it, pick it up. I think you'll be very happy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So and I'm going to have 2 cheese drawers in my refrigerator because I'm a slut for cheese. I have so much cheese in my refrigerator as we speak. And I just can't seem to stop buying it. Like I just go to the store and I'm like, oh yeah, this kind of cheese sounds nice this week. And then I end up with the most crowded cheese drawer you've ever seen. You're
a cheese person. Like that's the way cheese people are. Is you go like, I should have this cheese.
Yeah.
And you just get it.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 cheese drawers. Again, I want it to be realistic. 2 cheese drawers is realistic.
That's fair. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, and if Tillamook does want to sponsor my refrigerator, if I'm famous in this fantasy home,
You are.
and they want to sponsor my cheese habit, come on through, Tillamook.
Did you have their badass logo? I love their classic like bold logo with the swoosh underneath it. Yeah.
But then it's my face in the O's.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What cheeses are you serving up to? You're like, here's my cheese drawers. You're gonna open up the drawers and be like, here you go, John. This is what we're gonna have right now.
Okay, we're having the Tillamook extra sharp cheddar.
Okay. Oh,
I
yummy.
love a sharp cheese.
I literally have a block of Tillamook extra sharp cheddar in my fridge right now.
Yeah, you do.
We shred it ourselves, so it gets aerated. It gets aerated on demand as we put it on top of things. Oh my god!
See, it's shit like that is like so important. Where I got a microplaner this year, so you can like zest shit in a way that you couldn't before, and it makes such a difference. So it's things like that where it's like I'd love to have stuff like that in my kitchen or a little grater or whatever it is.
Yeah.
To elevate the experience.
The experience.
So an extra sharp cheese. I'm totally cool with a brie cheese. I like the hard cheeses, the soft cheeses, anything ooey gooey. My roommate picked something up this week that I can't remember the name of, so this means nothing. But imagine a brie that was just a little bit more salty and just as ooey gooey, and we put that with a little fig jam.
Oh yeah. Dude, I have a fig tree in my backyard, and we literally will slice it up with manchego. And just eat, like, chunks of it with like smoked almonds together. And it's just like, you can't stop. You cannot stop. It's so good.
That I would also like a never-ending charcuterie board on the dining table.
Never ending? It just like magically is like, it's always going.
It's constantly replenishing.
Oh,
that's a good, charcuterie is constantly a good snack.
I love it.
Yeah, there's nothing on there that you're like, I can't or I shouldn't. It's like, it's protein.
Here's me though with the charcuterie.
Me convincing myself it's protein.
I'm so white trash that like I just need a sandwich no matter what it is. And so if I go for charcuterie at any restaurant, especially I used to go to Bouchon, the Thomas Keller like French American restaurant, and my buddy was one of the managers there, so we would just get treated like kings at this restaurant. And I used to eat. They had these fresh little football baguettes. They were like all bonded together.
Yeah.
And I would like, before my food even came, I would stuff myself with charcuterie and making weird little sandwiches or like butter and radish and just like throwing like oh my God. Like I could just go insane with the charcuterie. It's insane.
That's what makes it fun. There's so many different, it's like, what's fun about a charcuterie is every approach is like a different adventure. You get to try a different combination. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. The only cheese I'm going to keep away is like a footy, a Gouda, anything that anything that's got too much of like a footy funk to it.
Does Gouda have footy funk to you? Because Gouda to me, I love Gouda, and I have it smoked. I'm like, no problem.
It could be confusing it with something else.
Yeah, there's Limburger's the famous one. This is the stinky, but there's some gnarly cheeses that do stink like crazy. But
yeah,
I feel like Gouda, especially smoked.
It's interesting because I'm fine with like a blue cheese. I'm fine with the funk. But there was one cheese that I had one time in Germany.
You're such a freaking experience dropper. So I was.
Can you believe it? I just remember being like, I never want that in my mouth ever again.
That's so funny.
It was horrific.
Oh God. Okay, so I'm stuffed on charcuterie. I'm stuffed on mango chutney, swordfish, and finally. You know that I am stuffed, but I still had more ice cream. It's all the way up to my esophagus. And I'm washing it down with a Coke, so I'm having a serious insulin rush.
What a gluttonous meal. Oh,
I am so bad. I'm so bad when I'm eating.
Can I add a nice wine refrigerator? Don't want a wine cellar. Because I'm claustrophobic. I don't want to have to go down into anything too stressful.
Okay.
But a nice wine cellar. I'd also like to imagine that I'd served you wine with all of this and that you're not just glugging down. I mean, a Coke, unless that's your choice.
Oh, no, that's what's helped me to be so drunk to lose even more gluttonous control while eating, is that you got me a little buzzed. We had some red wine first, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's go to... What do you say?
Where we go? I was going to say we're having a little Pinot Noir. We're having a little Zinfandel.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing a couple red blends.
Oh, my God. I love it. And then Carl Hess told me about orange wine.
Yeah.
Like super into orange wine, and I haven't had it yet because he told me about it during the pandemic, and I haven't gone to Silver Lake Wine or anything like that.
Sure.
But oh my God, it sounds so good the way he described it.
That's just where it's at. Talk about something that's like funky. It's very good. It's white wine, which I normally don't go for, but the way in which it's like, I'm gonna say brewed. That's not the word. the way in which it all comes together.
Yeah, the way the wine is. Why can't I remember the way they cure the wine? The way they distill it? Is it distilled? Is wine distilled? It's a spirit.
Yeah, yes.
Is
if
it a
it's
spirit?
not if it's not natural wines aren't distilled.
Listeners are like banging their head against the table right now, like, John, it's wine. You don't know it's called the shlabba.
And it's called the shlabba.
Yeah, dude, spadoinkle. I don't know.
Orange wine, very good. Can't wait for you to have it and tell me how you like it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And by the way, side note though, you said you don't normally like white wine. I felt the same way, but Joel Jimenez, who's one of my best buds, is a super wine lover, and he knows wine really well. And actually, his girlfriend works at the wine place, and he's introduced me to white wines that like I absolutely love. So just so you know, and I can't remember the names, but they have such cool graphics on the bottle, and it's like skateboards where you're like, I just need to have this just because of the graphic. But they're really freaking awesome. So there are great wines. Don't give up hope, folks. If you're listening.
Don't give up hope. I have had white wines that I do very much enjoy. I just find that normally I trend toward a red or now an orange.
You're very hip to even use the term trending for your liking.
I'm trending toward it.
Yeah, trending towards it. Okay, let's go. We should go to a couple more rooms. We need to go to one of your bathrooms. I need to have my mind blown by a bathroom.
And thank you so much for asking.
Yes, that's right. And then we should go to your bedroom, and then like if you have any other rooms, we should go to that too. So let's go.
Okay.
Bathroom.
A bathroom. I would like a bathroom that is a nice tile floor with heated tiles.
Oh yeah.
I was somewhere once where they had heated tiles, and it blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
Of course, got to have a bathtub that can fit my tibia, that can fit my freaking whole body in it and be submerged, because that is a problem in my life.
Dude,
I want to have that problem. I want a nice big tub, no clawfoot bullshit. I know that that's like romantic and whatever. Sink that shit into the ground. Let me step down into it.
Oh yeah.
Hit me with the jacuzzi jets.
Roman tubs where you just walk into it. It's almost flush with the ground. You're like, there's the tub. Like,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And they're like, I thought that was the toilet. And I was like, okay, maybe no.
Well, you can shit in it. This is a fantasy. Everything will get fixed. Something will solve this.
By the way, my house has an amazing sound system built out throughout. So like there's music everywhere all the time, wherever I want it, connected to my iPhone.
What's playing while we're doing the tour?
I have this disco playlist that I've been curating for a while. So that's probably going to be going most of the time. I like disco? A lot. Yeah, it's disco. It's like disco, deep house, new disco. I love dance music. I do.
You belong in Tel Aviv, lady. Look at you.
Honestly, see, I mean, it really is all coming together. Yeah, no, I really do love a lot of dance music, and it keeps me happy. It keeps me in a good mood. I was talking to my roommate about this the other week, that in high school at one point I was like, I have to stop listening to Seosin. Like, it's just making me sad. I don't need to listen to Hawthorne Heights. Like, Ohio's not for lovers for me.
It's okay to be upbeat with your music.
Yeah, exactly. So I ditched that, and then I've just been listening to dance music ever since, and now it's a lifestyle. Yeah. So I have that playing throughout. And Katie French also has gifted me one of those light bulbs that changes colors.
Oh yeah.
And so again, I know I talked about having like the funky lighting downstairs, but I'd like good lighting options upstairs as well, just for like a little ambiance, a little mood setting.
Yeah.
So tub, music, lights going. I want a shower that I walk into. You have a walk-in closet. I want a walk-in shower.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. A walk-in shower. That's awesome. We're walking into it, dude.
Because I'm an expert homeowner. A walk-in shower, an overhead water situation.
Mm-hmm. That's not the technical term, but we'll change it to that for you.
What is it?
No, I like overhead water situation better than like a waterfall or like a what do they call it, like a rain shower head or whatever.
Totally. Again, as someone who has to duck under my shower head, to me, overhead water is a concept. So
you act like you're 7 feet tall.
I'm 5'11".
5'11".
Do you not? I mean, maybe you don't duck under your shower head, but in LA, were you not ducking under your shower head?
I think I'm 5'10", 5'11" So you and I are both the same height, so it's tall.
Yeah,
but it's not like the volleyball girls that I have crushes on, where I'm like, you are 7 feet tall, and I'm putting on mountaineering gear to climb up you, lady. You're like, you're the same height as me.
That's maybe I just want to walk into my house with that kind of energy where I'm like, everything needs to be taller than I am. You know, there's a lot of architects that I like where they play with like ceiling height a lot.
Yeah.
And it makes me claustrophobic, but I'm also like, I don't need you to fuck around with the ceiling height. I already feel like I'm going to hit my head all the time.
Yeah, it needs to be tall for you. I want you.
I want everything to just be tall. Frank Lloyd Wright, you know, stop negging me.
More like Frank Lloyd wrong. This is too short, lady. Man, dude.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah. So those I feel like are the main like important components. Again, a sink that hits my waist.
Okay.
That I don't have to bend over. I want the light bulbs in the wall, like I'm getting ready in front of like a full vanity.
Yeah.
Like you'd imagine in the movies.
Yeah.
Every day.
A classic vanity with like its singular bulbs. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Old Hollywood.
Yes, exactly. And some sort of storage device that is not my clunky plastic storage devices for all my makeup. Because in my fantasy house, I'm going to have a lot of freaking makeup, probably. Mm-hmm. But again, not enough that it's going to be out of control and that I'm going to lose my mind one day and throw all of it out.
Okay.
Which is how I feel often.
It's a very standard lady thing to be like, what you're saying. Lose your mind, throw all of it out. Start over.
Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
It's called a clean start.
Dude, I lost some software on my computer. And I was like, you know what? I didn't need those notes. I was tired of trying to mentally keep track of those and manage those notes. They're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. Okay, so let's go to your master bedroom.
Master bedroom. Again, I like I don't want it to be like open floor plan, but you know, master bedroom can lead into the bathroom without like a closing door situation. Mm-hmm. It can all be quite open. Fireplace in the room.
Yes.
Was almost going to call it a fire pit again.
You got fire pits everywhere. You got fireplaces where
I got a fire pit in my room.
Fire dog. Fire dog.
Fire dog.
Dog is fire.
What else do I want in this room? I don't know. You know, I was thinking like, do I want blackout curtains? Not really. I like a lot of natural light.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm fine with I don't know, linen curtain situation.
Good.
Again.
That's what you're getting. You already placed the order. That's what it is. I already clicked purchase.
I want a sliding glass door off my room that goes onto my, like a little balcony, balcony. Where I can like sun or read a little bit of a book or have a morning coffee kind of, you know, situation. King size bed, of course. Anything bigger than that is psychotic for one person. Again, want it to be nice, but not out of control.
Okay.
And there's art simply everywhere in my home. It's
now, is there a certain kind, or are you like eclectic with just like, I like it from all different periods and all different kinds and themes?
We're probably going to be doing a lot of like pop art situation.
Okay.
We're talking Andy Warhol.
Yeah. Lichtenstein and Steinowitz.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Kandinsky. Mm-hmm. We're talking a lot of Kandinsky. A lot of like just bright color, nonsensical shapes.
I love that stuff. It inspires me. Like just bold, like colors and shapes, and you're just like, oh.
Exactly. And I know that you'll feel like, can I touch anything in Rachel's home? And the answer is no. And I like that, you know, that you go be comfortable, go be comfortable like downstairs or outside.
That should be on a plaque when you walk in the door. Can I touch anything in Rachel's home? And the answer is no.
And the answer is no.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. So my little balcony area, again, lots of plants everywhere because I'm big into the plants. But of course I have my top deck for more plants and more sunning and more, you know, privacy. That has a little bar area.
Ooh.
Just a small bar in case you want a little drinky up there.
I do. So what are you serving me and the film crew? What are we drinking?
Upstairs we're going to get into like a fun cocktail situation. Yay. We're doing margaritas with tahini on the rim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're doing those drinks I talked about earlier, the agua frescas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, agua frescas not on tap because I think that's not okay health code wise, but lots of cocktails.
You have those plastic the plastic jug things.
Yeah, exactly.
In your bar up there. They're like, the health codes won't let us have it on tap, but we have these plastic jugs.
And Hey, I got some plastic jugs for you guys.
There you go.
So yeah, those agua frescas.
So that's Jodie Foster's at your house too? Is that what it is?
Yeah, thank you for picking that up.
Like, there's plastic jugs. Thanks, Jodie. It's agua frescas.
Agua frescas, Moscow mules, margaritas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can have whatever you want, but that's probably what will be like the immediate thing I make.
Okay.
Yeah, not a lot of rum-based.
What you really want, Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, as long as it's what I tell you. You can.
I'm trying to reword it. As long as it's what Rachel says, you can have. Dun, 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 dun.
That's beautiful.
There's a Moscow mule.
Wow. All right, now I'm ready for a Moscow mule.
Seriously, me too.
Now that I've had it sung to me.
That's right. That's how I get people to drink. Like, oh, you don't want to drink? Oh, how many years sober?
Do you think that?
Not after you hear this.
Do you think that's why the Brits have so many chants? Because they just want to get people to shut up and drink.
Dude.
They have so many chants.
You're a big football fan, I can tell.
Huge, mate. Huge football fan.
Huge football fan, as you can tell by this giant pop art of a football in the background behind me. It's just a big circle on a canvas.
They're like, that's not what that looks like. And I'm like, in my eyes? In my eyes?
In the eyes?
It
in
is.
the ojos, as y'all say down from Mexico. Okay, so are there any other rooms that we got to see before we go?
Not upstairs. I mean, no, because the rest of it is boring. It's like there's a guest room, which will be like nice and fine, but it's like, it's your guest room. That's fine. Is there an office? I guess there's an office.
You have to have an office.
You know what? And the office is going to have a printer that freaking works.
That's right.
That's going to be the most amazing thing about my office is that the printer will freaking work and anyone can connect to it. You don't have to download software for it. It's just going to freaking work. You're welcome.
It doesn't seem like that should be so freaking complicated.
And that's proprietary, stuff right there.
I feel like if anyone at Apple heard this episode, they'd be like, this Shefsky guy, this Rachel chick, they were saying we should be doing a printer. And then they're going to come out with a printer.
Yeah.
We're not even going to get a fucking discount on it, by the way.
No.
Not only are we not getting money for coming up with the idea that Apple needs to get into the printing business, we're not even going to get a discount. They're going to be like,
but you know what they will do
$12,000.
as like a nod to us is use that song that you just sang as their like Apple song for the ad.
Apple, print different. You can print it if you really want. And then Jimmy Cliff's rolling around in his grave. Like, no one even mentioned me. You can print it if you really want.
Oh, hey, sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy. That's if you take away anything from this episode, listeners, it's sorry, Jimmy Cliff.
Sorry, Jimmy.
We love you, but
you
stole your song, and then Apple stole the song from us. Everyone got ripped off. Apple's doing great, though.
It's really about Apple.
It's really about Apple. Thanks for doing this. This is a freaking awesome fantasy house.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
So great.
Is that all right? Can I mention a couple other things that I would like to have?
Yeah.
I want to have a pool. I want to have a backyard that's like a little grassy area, but not an insane grassy area, but a little grassy area just for like laying out or whatever.
Nada.
And then a pool and a jacuzzi. Gotta have a pool and a jacuzzi. I know we're by the water, but what if I just want this water instead?
Yeah. There's no lack of resources in the fantasy world. You can have as much water as you need.
Totally. And I need a water treatment somewhere in the front of my house. Not a tacky fountain. Not a tacky fountain. But something in the theme of a Bauhaus, like, I'm sure it would just be like a cylinder that has water flowing out the top and people would be like, is this a burst pipe? And I'd say, it's a Kandinsky, you motherfucker.
Burst pipe? But that sounds like the last name of somebody who is like a famous like installation artist. Burst pipe.
And that's what I'll name them from now on.
Stephanie Burst pipe. Oh my God, she changed the way we look at the world.
Yeah. Hey, and good for her.
So that's where the credits are rolling. Is us chilling in the jacuzzi, singing the Jimmy Cliff song.
We're chilling in the jacuzzi. We're drinking some orange wine.
Yes.
The sun is setting but we're seeing the ocean. The sun is setting. Someone's grilling something in the backyard area where the charcuterie is flowing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I am peeing in the jacuzzi, lady. This is so much fun.
Hey, I did first.
That's so much fun. Oh, that's my God. Good answer. All right. Then we're all on the even playing field. Everyone's good. We can be ourselves. All right. Where can people find you?
At Rachel Friedland on Instagram or Rachel_F on Twitter.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. Go follow Rachel on her Instagram and Twitter. and hit the share button. Send this to somebody you know. I know you know someone that's like, I'm about to build a house in Tel Aviv, but I just don't have enough inspiration. Well, here's where we should start.
And then invite me to come inspect.
And invite us. And then we'll come down there. We'll bring a printer as our housewarming gift. It'll be awesome. All right, you guys. Be silly and have fun. Mwah!